Hello and welcome to Powwow Nation. This is the show from PowWows.com where we help you experience and connect with Native American culture. I'm Paul Gowder. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm recording today's show. I know I'm normally live on Thursday nights, but I'm recording this show because I am down in Florida. My wife has a conference this week, and I'm going to tag along since my daughter works at Walt Disney World. So I'm going to go visit her, play in the parks a little bit, and maybe even visit with some friends. So sorry I'm not live with you, but I will be back next week. On today's show, I've got an interview from Tokala Black Elk, who is in the new show from Reba McIntire on NBC called Happy's Place. It's a pretty funny show, and so you need to check it out. We'll talk with him in a minute. But first, I do have a few announcements. Don't forget, we are still doing the Explore Native Challenge, where you can win 5 8th-generation blankets and other prizes such as jewelry, their pins, and all kinds of other things. PowWows.com/win. And here is one of those blankets that is up for grabs. Look at that thing. They are gorgeous. They do such a great job over there at 8th Gen. Love working with them. So don't miss out on that. And at the end of today's show, I'll have a bonus code to get you even extra entries into that contest. Special thanks today to our Patreons, the people over there and our Powwow Nation supporters. These are folks making contributions each month to help PowWows.com continue to grow and be successful. I've got so many plans for us coming up in 2025, and I need your help. Help us reach these goals of streaming some more powwows, getting a few more writers, some more articles, and other things going on in 2025. Join us over there at powwownation.com. All right, a little bit about Tokala Black Elk. He has appeared in limited series such as 1883, and he had a role in Yellowstone, so you may have seen him there. He's also been in Outer Range. That's a cool show. If you haven't seen that, that was pretty good. Lewis and Clark, Into the West, Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee, and made an appearance on Grey's Anatomy. He got his start on Wind River, and he is also a member of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and a direct descendant of Lakota Holy Man Black Elk. He grew up on Pine Ridge Reservation, and he's actually fluent in several native languages. So I'm super excited to have him here today.
I am honored to be here.
Oh, thank you. Well, I want to jump right into it. You know, I've seen you in other shows like the Yellowstone and these other pieces. But this is a completely different role and a completely different show. So, what is it like for you as an actor to go from that kind of role to a serious, drama role to the comedian role? How have you felt like that as an actor in that role?
I have felt like I was a funny guy since the day I was a little bitty kid, right? I felt like I wanted to be in comedy, and this was my goal from the very beginning.
Yeah.
But as an actor, I would see these things coming down, and I would say, I think I can do that. Right? I think I could do that. So I would try for it. And it wasn't until recently that I actually had my first chance to be able to go in there and audition for a sitcom. And Dakota is just perfect. I mean, I love playing a character that I mean, don't get me wrong. There's silliness all the time inside of the world of Dakota, but he is a character that has a genuine nature about himself, and he is honest all the time. He's trustworthy, right? I love that we're going to promote that as that's what a native man is, right?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's true. So true. And you have some great one-liners, right? I mean, we were watching some episodes last night and just completely losing it on some. You just deliver these, come into a scene and deliver this one-liner, and it's just fantastic comedic timing. So loving that part of it. But it's so different than these other roles you've been playing. And also, I have to ask, what is it like being on the same set and working with a country music legend like Reba?
Well, Reba McIntire is one of the most genuine people that you're ever going to meet. She grew up in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
Right down the road, a place called Enoch, Oklahoma is where she grew up, I believe. And she used to stay in Stillwater and a bunch of places down there, right? So she's already from whenever she was a kid, been around natives a lot. And she has the essence of I want to make sure that this is done right about
Yeah.
her in the first place. So let's put that straight up. First of all, about Reba. Secondly, Reba is amazingly funny. The fact that she's a country music singer is just another part of her talent. When the Reba that I know is the actor Reba, and she is so hilarious and so down to earth, like I said, as a person. But when you see somebody that has the ability to own the room when they walk in the room because they own themselves, right? You understand what you're looking at whenever you look at Reba. She has this essence of power that is not overwhelming to people standing in front of her. And there's this essence of she kind of feels like she's a family member to everybody, right?
Yeah.
And it feels like that whenever you're a native around her because she, like I said, grew up in Oklahoma and she can turn around and look at you and tell you stories about Comanche guys and tell you stories about Kiowas and a bunch of stories about like she had friends whenever she was a little kid that was, from this tribe or that tribe right down the road. It's wonderful, but this is what I'm going to tell you. I have an entire cast of super talented people that I work with. The
Yeah.
writers send down things that are just funny to begin with, right? And then we get to play with them, right? I am so honored to be able to say that I'm working with Reba and I get to look across at Tim McGraw and say, you're not the coolest country music singer I ever worked with.
Love that. Love that. All right. Well, the other thing I'm curious about is, when you're in a show like Yellowstone or 1883, you're in an obvious indigenous role. This, you're in an ensemble cast where you're just you're indigenous or a native person, but it's not like in your face with the setting and the story. So how do you, as a native person, make sure you're portraying it in an authentic way? Or how are you putting across your culture in a role like this?
Well, first of all, I got to make sure that I understand the comedy that's going on and understand where the funny is coming and why the funny is coming. And
Right.
as long as the funny isn't something that's derogatory towards anybody or something like that, we usually don't have anything that's horrible, right?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of uh openness towards self-deprecation if you
Of
want
course.
to add that in as an ad lib to something that makes it funnier. But the essence of Dakota is wonderful because this is the way that I got cast. Um, they had an open understanding of this character being able to be uh, a human being, right? And then whenever I'm cast into it, they're like, "Ooh, uh, let's go ahead and talk to you a little bit about how we should look at this scene," right? So our writers come down and they say we don't understand how a native man or how a Dakota man would actually approach this situation. So how do you think it would happen? What do you think about these scenarios? I get to have so much input on what happens with my character that I don't even have to worry about like that kind of stuff. By the time I'm actually getting to it, I'm worried about the funny. I'm worried about hitting it
Yeah.
because I know that we've already passed up that point of putting my indigenous nature into the actual character. We turned him into Dakota. He's a Dakota Indian. He was a bartender, right? And now he's a bartender that happens to be a Dakota Indian. And the fact that I know about my heritage and I can speak, they ask me questions. So in one of the upcoming episodes, you're gonna hear me singing in Dakota.
Oh,
Uh,
wow. Okay.
yeah, it's going to be
All
pretty
right.
cool. I look forward to bringing that to America and the world.
Cool. I think it's a really cool that we're at a point now where the writers and the show is working to make sure it's authentic from the start. So I love that. We're in a great place. Appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
I'm honored, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. And as I promised, here is your bonus code to get you extra entries into that giveaway for the 8th generation prizes, such as these cool pins and so many other things, including 5 blankets. 642-8192. Go over to PowWows.com/win, enter that in, and get extra bonus entries. The giveaway runs until December 20th. We had to extend for a few days because of some issues with our email system. And so you got some extra time now to get your entries in. Good luck. I hope it's you that wins. Again, thanks so much for being here on Powwow Nation Live. I really, really appreciate you. And thank you for being here. This 2024 has been an amazing, amazing year for PowWows.com, and it's because of you. So thank you. Looking forward to showing you what we have planned in 2025. Stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to our newsletter so you don't miss out on all the exciting things that come up. But I'm off to Florida, and this will come out on a regularly scheduled time. Thank you so much. I hope you get to spend some time with your family this weekend, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.